Sarah Martinez stood in line at the grocery store, scrolling through her phone, when she noticed the man in front of her. His cart was half empty, just the basics: milk, bread, peanut butter, and a small birthday cake. When the cashier rang up his items, his card declined. Then declined again. The man's face went red as he asked the cashier to remove the cake. Sarah watched as his young daughter, maybe 6 years old, tugged at his sleeve and whispered, "But Daddy, it's for my birthday." That's when Sarah did something she never imagined she'd regret. She laughed, pulled out her credit card, and handed it to him as a joke, saying, "Here, take mine. I'm sure you'll pay me back." She never expected him to actually take it. 24 hours later, Sarah's entire world came crashing down, and that moment of cruel laughter became the biggest mistake of her life. Before we continue with this incredible story, I want to invite you to join our Kindness World family. If you believe in the power of compassion and love to change lives, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us spread more stories of kindness to people who need to hear them. Now, let's get back to Sarah's story. Sarah had been having a rough month. Her promotion at work fell through, her boyfriend had just broken up with her, and she felt like life was playing a cruel joke on her. So when she saw this struggling father fumbling with his wallet, something bitter inside her surfaced. She meant it as sarcasm, a way to highlight how ridiculous the situation seemed. But when the man, whose name was Marcus, looked at her with desperate, grateful eyes and actually reached for the card, she froze. The cashier looked confused. Marcus's daughter smiled for the first time. And before Sarah could pull back, Marcus had already swiped the card. The transaction went through. $43.67. Marcus turned to her, his voice shaking, and said, "I promise I'll pay you back. I just got laid off last week, and I've been trying to make things work. Thank you so much. You don't know what this means." Sarah stood there, speechless, her joke backfiring completely. She mumbled something about it being fine and rushed out of the store, her heart pounding. What had she just done? That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about the little girl's face, the father's desperation, and her own cruel laughter. She checked her bank account obsessively, wondering if Marcus would rack up charges. But nothing new appeared. Just that one transaction. $43.67. She felt a mix of relief and shame. The relief didn't last long. The next morning, Sarah's doorbell rang. She wasn't expecting anyone. When she opened the door, there stood Marcus, holding an envelope. His daughter wasn't with him. He looked tired, but there was something different in his eyes. Something she couldn't quite read. He held out the envelope to her. "I came to pay you back," he said quietly. Sarah's hands trembled as she took the envelope. Inside were 2 $20 bills, a 5, and some crumpled ones, along with a handwritten note. She looked up at Marcus, confused. "You didn't have to come all the way here. How did you even find my address?" Marcus smiled sadly. "Your name was on the card. I called the bank, explained what happened, and they helped me locate you. I know that probably sounds creepy, but I needed to do this in person." He paused, his voice breaking slightly. "I also needed to tell you something. Yesterday, when you handed me that card, even though I heard the sarcasm in your voice, even though I saw you laugh, I chose to see it differently. My daughter Emma has been through so much since her mom passed away 2 years ago. I've been drowning, trying to keep us afloat. Yesterday was her 7th birthday, and I couldn't even afford a proper cake. When you gave me that card, whether you meant it kindly or not, you gave my daughter a birthday she'll remember." She went to bed happy for the first time in weeks. Sarah felt tears streaming down her face. She hadn't known about his wife. She hadn't known about any of it. She had just been cruel because she was hurting. "Marcus, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean," he held up his hand. "Please, let me finish. After Emma went to bed last night, I sat down and thought about your laughter. It hurt, I won't lie. But then I realized something. Your accidental kindness, even wrapped in mockery, still changed our day. It still mattered. And I thought, if someone's worst moment can still create something good, imagine what their best moment could do. Sarah opened her mouth but couldn't speak. Marcus continued, I'm not here for an apology. I'm here to say thank you, and to pay you back, and to tell you that your $43 bought more than groceries. It bought my daughter joy. It bought me hope. And it taught me that sometimes kindness happens even when we don't intend it. I'm choosing to remember you as the woman who helped us, not the woman who laughed. After Marcus left, Sarah sat on her couch and read the note he'd included with the money. It was from Emma, written in crayon, "Thank you for my birthday cake. It was the best cake ever. You're nice." Those simple words broke something open inside Sarah. She had been so consumed by her own pain that she'd forgotten other people were fighting battles she knew nothing about. She'd let her hurt turn into cruelty, and somehow, miraculously, it had still created a moment of joy for a little girl. Sarah never cashed those bills. She framed them, along with Emma's note, and hung them in her apartment as a daily reminder. She started volunteering at a local food bank. She began leaving generous tips for servers. She smiled at strangers. She chose kindness, intentionally this time, every single day. 3 months later, Sarah ran into Marcus and Emma at a park. Marcus had found a new job. Emma was thriving. When Emma saw Sarah, she ran up and hugged her legs, calling her the cake lady. Sarah knelt down, hugged her back, and felt something she hadn't felt in months, genuine happiness. Here's the truth that Sarah learned that day, and that we all need to remember: kindness matters, even imperfect kindness, even accidental kindness. But intentional kindness, kindness we choose every day despite our own struggles, that's what transforms lives. Your smile might be someone's only moment of joy today. Your generosity might be what keeps someone going. Your compassion might be the turning point in someone's story. So choose kindness, not as a joke, but as a way of life. Because you never know whose world you might change, or how that change might save you right back.